Jesus raised a dead girl and heals a sick woman. Jesus even has power to raise the dead. Mark chapter 5, verse 21. When Jesus had again crossed over by boat to the other side of the lake, a large crowd gathered around him while he was by the lake. Then one of the synagogue leaders named Jairus came, and when he saw Jesus, he fell at Jesus' feet. He pleaded earnestly with Jesus, "My little daughter is dying. Please come put your hands on her so that she will be healed and live." This man had faith in Jesus that he could heal his daughter. So Jesus went with Jairus. A large crowd followed and pressed around Jesus. And a woman was there who had been subject to bleeding for 12 years. She had suffered a great deal under the care of many doctors and had spent all she had, yet instead of getting better, she grew worse. When she heard about Jesus, she came up behind him in the crowd and touched his cloak, because she believed, "If I just touch his clothes, I will be healed." Again, so she had faith and belief that if I just touch him, he'll heal me. You'll see why this is important soon. Faith in what Jesus can do. So she touched his clothes, believing if I just touch his clothes, it'll heal me. He will heal me. Now immediately, her bleeding stopped and she felt in her body that she was freed from suffering. At once, Jesus realized that power had suddenly gone out of him. He turned around and looked in the crowd and asked, "Who touched me?" "You see people crowding around you," his disciples answered, "and you ask, 'Who touched me?'" But Jesus kept looking around to see who had done it. Then the woman, knowing what had happened to her, came and fell at his feet, and trembling with fear, told him the whole truth. And Jesus said to her, "Daughter, your faith has healed you." Faith in what? Faith in him. Her belief and faith that she put in him healed her. So he said, "Go in peace and be freed from your suffering." Now while Jesus was still speaking, some people came from the house of Jairus, the synagogue leader. "Your daughter's dead," they said. "Why bother the teacher anymore?" Overhearing what they said, Jesus told Jairus, "Don't be afraid, just believe." Believe in what? Believe in Jesus and what he can do. Jesus did not let anyone follow him except Peter, James, and John, who was the brother of James. You know, a lot of what Jesus would do, he would do in front of everybody. And there were some things he'd only do in front of his apostles. But there are times when he took his inner circle, these three apostles, Peter, James, and John. And for some reason, they were the ones that Jesus singled out, that he only did certain things in front of them and no one else. And raising this girl from the dead he was about to do was one of these events. When they came to the home of the synagogue leader, Jesus saw a commotion with people crying and wailing loudly. "Why all this commotion and wailing? The child is not dead, she's just asleep," he said. But they laughed at Jesus when he said this. So he put them all out of the house. And he took the child's father and mother and the disciples who were with him, that's Peter, James, and John, and they went in where the child was. Now she was dead. He took her by the hand and said to her, "Little girl, I say to you, get up." Immediately, the girl stood up and began to walk around. She was about 12 years old. At this, they're completely astonished. Jesus gave strict orders not to let anyone know about this, and he told them to get her something to eat.